Hey nerds, Alex here from Nerds Being Geeks, and I recently won a badge at my GLC League with this fossil colorless deck. Let's get into it. Now, I don't want to spend a ton of time rehashing this deck. I have won with this deck last year at the trading post before they closed, and I don't think there was a ton of changes to this deck, but I just want to do a quick rundown. Actually, you know what? I think there was a ton of changes. I think the hops stuff is new, but yeah, let's just get into it. We start with the Pokemon. You know, we have Hops Cramorant. Really good attack for 1 energy. If your opponent doesn't have exactly 3 or 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does nothing, but, you know, 120 for 1 energy, and you can make that a little bit stronger with some of the cards in this deck. A Master Ball Fan Rotom with the Fan Call ability. Very popular ability, a staple in colorless decks. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less, but you can only do this on your first turn of the game, but it is incredibly easy to get this guy out of the deck. Turn 1 or turn 2, doesn't matter. A staple with this unfazed fat Snorlax. Thumping Snore, 183 colorless energy. This Pokemon is now asleep, and you have to roll double heads in order to wake him up. However, I have some really cool techs in this deck that will keep this guy rolling, asleep or awake. Hops Snorlax, extra helpings, gives Hops Pokemon 30 more damage, so that Cramorant just got bumped up to 150 for 1 energy. This guy's doing a cool 170 for 3. It does do 80 to itself, but that is totally fine for this deck. Jump over to the Bibero line with the Industrious Incisors, a staple in colorless. And then I'll jump over to the Doduo and Dotrio. Got the pretty shiny one. Zooming Draw. Once during your turn, you may put 1 damage counter on this Pokemon. If you do, draw a card. Then Ballistic Beak for 1 energy. This attack does 30 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you're powering them up. This has become a staple in colorless decks as well. I want to jump over to Aerodactyl. 3 colorless energy, Fossil Fangs, 90 damage. If you don't have any Pokemon GX or EX on your bench, this attack does 90 more. So that's 180 for 3 energy on a stage 1. This is a fossil, and it evolves from unidentified fossil. So does this Archeops with the Primal Turbo ability. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 special energy cards, attach them to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So depending on how the game is going, I have 1 fossil I can use. I'm either swinging in for 180 damage with Aerodactyl, or I'm using Archeops and I'm accelerating 2 special energy every turn. So depending on what's prized, or you know, just what I'm not drawing into or whatnot, I've been playing this rabbit for quite some time. This Pokemon has the ancient trait Barrage, which allows it to attack twice. And on my 3-0 run, this card changed the game. I was not drawing great, and I was stalling, and my opponent wasn't doing very well either. I believe it was a water deck I was playing, and I just used Burrow twice a turn. I probably discarded 10 to a dozen cards with Burrow in one game. It was pretty awesome. But usually what I use this guy for is with Technical Machine Evolution. This helps quite a bit when I get a fossil on the board, and I can get Aerodactyl, I can get all the way up to Archeops because I can evolve twice. I don't know why I didn't talk about this, but yeah, I also play this Slacking with the Stir and Snooze ability. If this Pokemon is asleep, flip 2 coins instead of 1 during your turn. If either of them are tails, it is still asleep. Sounds a lot like that Snorlax. It does 240 damage for 3 energy and puts itself to sleep. Yeah, this thing can knock out a Wailord one hit. There are ways to keep this guy rolling just the same as the Snorlax. I have no idea why I had that set off to the side. Yeah, Slacking is in this deck. So anyways, I use Technical Evolution, and I can get my Stage 2 up. I can get my fossils up. I can get my Dodrio going. I was able to get this rabbit going turn 1, and I was able to get my Archeops out on turn 1 going second. It was incredible. That's not the first time I've pulled that off, and it's extremely powerful. I will say, with the new Diggersby, I would really like to incorporate that into this deck. What is that, like 140 for 1 energy, and it does 30 to your bench Pokemon? Yeah, okay, that's fine, whatever. That's a great number to hit. The basic is incredible. 1 energy attacker. It's pretty good. So yeah, I would like to find room in this deck for that card. So going down the item list, Pokepad, Ultra Ball, Hisuian Heavy Ball, Unidentified Fossil, Versus Seeker, Fossil Excavation Map to help get that fossil back into the deck or to get it out of the deck. Play Special Charge because I play only Special Energy in this deck, so that'll get 2 Special Energy from the discard pile back into the deck. I have no idea why I have Switch Card in here. I can't remember why I put it in there for some reason, but there you go. Now, I took the counter gain out of this deck for a different deck, and I just put a random card in there, and I put Pokemon Communication. Honestly, I'm playing a lot of Pokemon. That's not a terrible card to play. Honestly, it wasn't bad. However, I would like to have counter gain in this deck again, because if you go down, attach counter gain, that makes, your 3 energy attachment, you only need 2 energy instead. 2 energy attachment, you only need 1 instead. If you're down on prizes, it reduces the attack cost by 1 colorless energy. Great tool card. And yeah, that's in there for there. I won with this deck as is. So before I wanted to do any alterations, I just wanted to show it off. So I do Rare Candy, Night Stretcher, Nest Ball, Evolutionary Insets, Rescue Stretcher, Buddy Buddy, and Escape Rope. Supporters, I do play Skyla because it lets you get any trainer you want, and a fossil is a trainer. If I really wanted to thin my deck, I could Skyla, Fossil Excavation Map, get the Unidentified Fossil, that helps thin out. But when you're playing fossils, a card like Skyla is really good. I play Arven, Peonia to help get some of those cards that are in the prizes out. It's a great card. I think it's completely underutilized in the format. I also play Lana's Aid, play N, Dawn, because I play multiple Stage 2 Pokemon. Guzma and Hala, Lusamine. I have this beautiful Winona Probably one of my oldest full art supporter cards. Really beautiful card. Got Ball Guy, Boss's Orders, Sharon's Care to help pick up some of those damaged colorless Pokemon, Lily's Determination, Teammates, Chorus Tenacity. When it comes to tools, I play Hop's Choice Band. That helps reduce energy cost and do more damage for Hop's Pokemon. I play Lux Cape to make your Snorlaxes bigger, to make your Slacking bigger. Probably one of the secret weapons in this deck is Wind Up Arm. It's a Pokemon tool. The Pokemon card this is attached to can attack even if it's asleep or paralyzed. This card is so underutilized. I play Slacking that puts itself to sleep, and I play Snorlax that puts itself to sleep. Even if those Pokemon are asleep, I can still attack if I have this attached. So you don't have to worry about rolling double heads. Completely underutilized card, an amazing tool. And that's kind of why I play Town Store, that lets me search my deck for a tool card, but I also play All Night Party. Once during each player's turn, if that player's active Pokemon is asleep, he or she may remove the special condition and heal 30 damage from that Pokemon. First of all, awesome art, really cool. And this will also allow my Snorlax to attack back to back, allow my Slacking to attack back to back. So this deck is built to tutor out the tool to keep my heavy hitters awake, and All Night Party to keep those heavy hitters awake. I also play Gift Energy, I play Recycle Energy, Counter Energy, Capture, Reversal, Powerful, Therapeutic, that guess what? Wakes up your Snorlax, wakes up your Slacking, and Double Turbo Energy. So yeah, that is my fossil non-sleeping colorless deck. Quick overview. You have your Snorlax and your Slacking that put themselves asleep, but you put cards in here that can help them attack while they're sleeping or wake them up. We play fossils that can either hit heavy or accelerate energy. We have items to find those fossils to get them going. We have tools and items and stadiums that all help those sleeping heavy hitters either get out of the active or attack while sleeping. Really fun deck. I'm not a fan of Skwovet, so I will never play that. Just something different. I love fossils. I try and implement them when I can, when I think it makes sense. This is a really fun deck. And if you just want to try something different and colorless, yeah, you're going to see a lot of the same Pokemon, the Bibarels, the Fanrodums, the Snorlaxes. But it's played a little bit different with those fossil Pokemon, with being able to try and search out those tools or energies to keep them awake, to keep them continuously hitting big numbers. Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.